We don't want to get it. We have to use by listening to you, anyway, so if you can just keep them up, please.
Listen, everybody, can we push in and spread out, please? Push in, spread out. Push in, you'll get nearer the front.
So this step forward, my darling. So what's your name? Sam. So where you from? Oh, we love Uganda.
Right there? Do you lads want to talk on camera?
Yeah, we don't mind.
What's brought you down here then?
Well, the one and only Tommy Robinson. Yeah? You've probably heard by now he's been arrested, yes?
Yep, so do you want to explain what's happened to him as far as you know?
We don't know. We know he's been somewhere in Kent, we've been told, but we don't know exactly why or what's happening to him. So, you know, after one day after that, the greatest rally we've ever had in central London, why have they taken him now? What's the problem? Are they against patriots standing up for their country? People loving their country and wanting the United Kingdom to be united again? There's a problem there, serious problem. I don't know what it is, but yeah, we're here for Tommy today.
Do you think it's because he showed that documentary that they were trying to cover up?
Yes, that's all that's part of it. All that's part of it. That documentary is showing truth. They only, as again, there's two-tier policing, but there's also two-tier reporting. We see that in journalism. They only want to report the side that's advantageous to their cause, not to the patriot cause. So yeah, that is definitely the reason. He's exposed something, he's revealed something, and they cannot hide anymore. Yeah.
And what about you, sir?
Here because this is the start of a movement. You can feel the groundswell happening now. And if you just look around here, there's everyone from every single faith, colour.
Yeah.
It's everyone. No one believes the shit anymore. Like, we're over it, and we're interested in the truth. And they're trying to put down the movement. He's a political prisoner. Same thing they did 4 years ago. They're doing it again now. We need to all come out onto the streets and protest. It's not acceptable. That's why I'm here.
What is your speculation as to why you think they've done this?
Why they've actually done it, or the technicality. The technicality, I think, is him showing the film yesterday, which I thought wasn't a good idea because, you know, they were going to do him on it anyway, but I guess it's a bit brazen. But the truth is they were going to find a reason, whatever it is. They've done that continually for years. Everything he's been arrested for is just BS dressed up. They're always looking to find ways to stop him.
And what do you think of the fact that he's been taken in under the Terrorism Act?
I get it. It's outrageous, but I get why they're doing it. They can silence him. They don't even need to tell anyone what they're up to. So, yeah.
And what do you think about them using the Terrorism Act?
Well, as my friend says here, they can keep him indefinitely. And why would they want to put somebody under that situation who's not a terrorist? He's never done anything. He's never blown up a mosque. He's never done anything to anybody but expose the truth. So what we're seeing here, again, two-tier policing, that was the last situation. And we're also seeing that really the real terrorists is not Tommy Robinson, or the people that are putting him in prison. These are the terrorists.
The people behind you?
Well, I mean, these guys, they're just doing their job. There are higher forces at work here, behind these folks here, that are doing something that is wicked, and really, God is looking on.
We want Tommy out! 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 We want Tommy out!
Choice. And this is what we're trying.
Tommy has been charged with terrorism. We don't know the context. We don't know why, but he's been charged with terrorism. This is going to be a long battle. Tommy is not a terrorist. He is a freedom fighter.
Sorry, do you mind if I jump in and make your space? Sorry. Right, Rich. Right.
I wanted to tell me first time, we love you as a Iranian. We love you,
GB, thank you. Hello, man.
I saw your thing with Andrew Bridge and it was brilliant, mate.
Thank you so much.
We cannot
Thank you.
handle that two-tier policing. Terrorists is outside in London, walking, raping our kids and everyone, and they keep you inside. That's not happening in here. We will be here as long Iranis will be free, then we will go. We will free United Kingdom, then we will go back to our own country. You are freedom fighter, never have a fear for me, because that's a reality. When you have a power, they will attack you. And you got power, not just me, many Iranian and other British people. They are standing next to you, brother. You are never alone, and we have no fear to go to jail, to court or other places. I have been targeted by BBC member. Police say, no, you cannot do nothing. We know two-tier policing, but we are not shot anymore. We will be speaking. We are not in Iran or Iraq. We are in United Kingdom. Deny your own history. If you deny it, you are not British.
Yes.
If you don't speak up, you are not British.
Yes.
You don't care about your children, about your life, about your home. Look at us. We escaped from them. They came behind us. But we won't let this happen to United Kingdom. Doesn't matter my skin. My blood is different. Doesn't matter. We won't let. I am Iranian woman. My kids is in Iran, but I will fight. Not just for you, for each one British people who is suffering from extremist Islamists. Enough is enough. And we have a voice. And no one can say to us, shush, because we are not living in Islamic country. We are living in Christian country. Thank you. You are not alone.
Before you go, look into the camera. What message do you have for Tommy to keep him inspired and motivated? So what message do you have?
Look at me. I'm a woman. I have no fear. I have fight a lot. And you have something in you, brother. Never give up. You might see me one day in a jail as well, but doesn't matter. We all won. We know we are fighting for the good thing. Never give up, my brother. Never, ever. Iranian stands with British people forever and ever. God bless United Kingdom. God bless Iran and remove those extremist Islamists from our countries.
God bless you. God bless you.
Amen.
Thank you. I think there's another lady there. She's in.
Thank you.
If you want to say something,
She wanted to say, if you don't love Great Britain, you may.
come. Tell her come forward. Come forward. Come forward. If not, we'll come. Let's go to her. Let's go to her.
All these fucking people in this country, if you don't let this country fuck up, I've been suffering with this country. I am against terrorists. You can put it on the list.
Wendell, we're going to go into a protest at Scotland. We're going to walk to Scotland Yard.
Put the mic. Put the mic on. Put it on. Oh, do you want me to take it off?
No, keep it on.
Keep it on.
Stick it on with that.
Hold it for me, Will. Wills, hold it.
We want Tommy out! 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 Ladies and gentlemen, the police have asked us to move. No! Listen to me, stop cackling. Listen to me, the police have asked us to move, so we're going to march from here to Scotland Yard. Now, let's get
Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Please share this out. If Ben and Steve are watching, you're going to have to improvise the thumbnail. Following Richard Inman.
Right. Where's the train? Where's Scotland Yard? You go now, you go. Yeah, just there. It's that building there. Which one is the first guy? That one there. On the right. At the end of this alleyway. This doesn't look like horses. It don't look like horses.
What are you doing here,
man? Tommy!
See you soon. Guys, let's get this out.
Injustice to one is injustice to all of us.
Free Tommy now! Free Tommy
We weren't having a dig. It's just that as you came by, it knocked my phone out the holder.
Tommy now! Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now!
This brings back memories, doesn't it?
I didn't think we'd have to go for it again.
Right?
Not too bad. Oh, I've got work.
Well, from yesterday.
Oh, yeah, like Ben and Steve are messaging me saying, "What are we doing for the thumbnail?" And I'm just, they're gonna have to improv.
Yeah.
Nice to see you here again.
Hello. Not too bad. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
What do you think about all of this then?
I find it absolutely disgusting that they can find someone on a terrorist charge just because they show something against them. It's appalling. It's against their whole democratic values. Because if you cannot speak against a country while being in that country, you're no different than an Islamic country, are you, really? Because it's like being back in Pakistan. Me saying something against that country can put me to a death risk in being in that country. Same can happen here. What difference there is? And that's what the most appalling thing is. And especially just showing a documentary charges you into a terrorism act. What are they getting into? What's your thought on that?
So why do you think they've done this? Is it because of the documentary, you think?
I genuinely believe it's because he showcased the reality. He showcased the reality of what it is, the way it is. There's a corruption here, there's truth to your system here. He's shown them, and now they're charging him because they don't like him. That's it. But what's your opinion? Have you told your opinion?
I think they're completely corrupt.
Exactly.
Let him out! Let him out! Let him out! Jesus is king! Everyone just keep coming in, guys.
Lovely.
Where's Don? Don, do you want to get down here, mate? Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Over there, ladies and gents, the bust of Sir Robert Peel.
Keep moving in, guys. Keep moving in.
And the quote next to it, the police are the public and the public are the police.
I've got some backup speakers because my voice is going to break in about 30 seconds.
Go on, Paul.
I think I see this.
Go on, Paul. Go on, Paul.
Go on, Paul.
Go on, Paul. Not too close up, might scare the kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you're moving out, I want you to think about this. 3 weeks ago, they tried to kill Donald Trump. They failed. They failed, and they'll fail again. Today, they are attempting to assassinate Tommy Robinson. And we must stop them. They can't get away with this. We cannot let them do this. This has gone on for far too long. They've tried to do everything to him. They've bankrupted him. They've slandered him. They put him in positions in prison where he could have been killed. and now they are trying to lock him up from the rest of his life. This is the beginning of the fight for freedom for Tommy Robinson. Tommy, I say this to Tommy. Tommy, we will not fail you. We will not be found wanting. We will do whatever it takes to get you out of prison.
Whatever it takes.
Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
Rowley to now resign.
Yeah. Yes. We've a petition that Tommy set up. That petition, Derek, leave it. That petition that was signed by so many thousands of us. That petition now needs to be delivered to the Metropolitan Police. Not only must Mark Rowley resign, but the head of counter-terrorism must resign as well. The Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, must resign. The Attorney General must resign. Get her out! 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 In fact, the whole stinking, disgusting communist Labour government has to go! Oh, look at this crowd. Just scan round this crowd. Look at the faces here. We have Iranians, we have Indians, we have Afghans. And we have the vast majority of the white English standing with us as well. We're one family. We are the British family. And Tommy set up a demonstration. Tommy set up a demonstration with one thing in mind: uniting the kingdom. That's what he wants to do. We must stand united.
Get Khan out.
Yeah, we need to get Sadiq Khan out as well. The next chapter. Tommy.
Evil will not win!
Evil will not win! Evil will not win! Evil will not win!
He wasn't arrested in the Met. He was taken by Kent police.
Yeah, but it's terrible.
I'm just letting you know that.
Yeah, we know it. The police are just telling us something we already know, so we're not too worried about that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm serious about this. All of this that we do going forward from here, it must, listen to me, it must be peaceful, and it must be the united family of the United Kingdom that's represented here that does it. We're not gonna slide into what they want. We're not going to slide into riots and confrontation. We're going to build a mass movement that is going to get rid of these scum forever. And that mass movement will be made of people of all different colours, all different shapes and sizes, and all different creeds. It's not about left and right. It's about good and evil. Christ is king! 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 And I want to tell you something now, and I say this to Tommy as well. Christ is with him in that prison cell. Ladies and gentlemen, the next days and weeks are going to be very, very difficult for our movement. But we must get it right. If we get it right, we will see Tommy freed, and we will see all the wrongs in this country put right. We can do it. And I want to say something on a personal level about Tommy. I know his parents, I know his wife and children, and I know him. And
the more I get to know Tommy, the more I love him, and I mean that. The more I love him. And many people here might be skeptical about Tommy. We've all been there in the past, but the more I get to know him, the more I see the measure of the man, and he is the man that we need on the outside, not on the inside.
Free Tommy now! 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 Free Tommy now!
My voice is failing, so I'm going to ask Don to say a few words. I'm going to bring in the 82nd Airborne Division from the United States of America. Tell them what to do next, Don.
We love God. Thank you. We love church. Hello, England. Man, I got to tell you, I really want to appreciate the welcome you guys have given me. I know a few of you probably already seen me speak today or at other times at other rallies, but I want to tell you guys a story about Tommy Robinson. Not everybody gets to spend personal time with Tommy Robinson. For some reason, he let me, an American, on the inside. Get a little emotional about it, but I actually toured the country with the guy, right? Spent a whole week with him, just out of the blue. He said, "Hey, Don, why don't you come with me for an entire week and see what I do?" And at that time, I'd followed him online for probably 8 to 10 years and had heard a lot about him. Like I said earlier, his passion really got to me. The way he just loves his country, and he was just such a patriot. So that's why I just really fell in love with the guy. But I always wanted to know him, but didn't know who he was personally. So I set up a meeting with him. I was coming to visit in this great country of yours. It's such a great country. Yeah, it's such a great country. Yeah, it really is. And I was just going to meet the guy. I gave him my hat. Some of you guys may have seen that video. And he says, "You know what, Don? Instead of going to Stonehenge or Buckingham Palace to see the site, why don't you come for me to a week with Scotland? I have a family there whose young son was killed in what was the first religiously motivated hate murder in, that's right, Chris Donald, in Scotland. Chris Donald, his family, how brave. But along the way to meet Chris Donald's family, he would get calls from other people saying, "Tommy, my son's missing. I think these folks took him, and we need some help because the government won't do anything." The guy was like Batman. He would get calls all the time for people to help him, people of this great nation, because nobody else would help them. And you know what I saw along the way? We would be walking through the airport. I'd be walking through the airport. Would see black men and brown men. They would walk up to Tommy. One guy in particular walked up to Tommy with his whole family, a black man. Walked up to him and bumped his fist, said, "Tommy Robinson." And the little boy says, "Dad, who was that?" He said, "That's Tommy Robinson, son, a man who knows." And that's exactly right. Tommy Robinson is a man who knows.
Yes.
Tommy Robinson is a man who's seen what the corrupt government in this country and other countries are doing, but he's got to stand up for your country. And he's the one that he stood up first when nobody was standing with him. He stood alone. Because to so many people he was portrayed by the media as this racist or an Islamophobe. Did you all know that when Tommy was growing up, when he was a young man, some of his best friends were Muslim? Did you all know that? I bet you did.
Yes.
Right? Because the media doesn't tell you that.
Yeah.
Right? Tommy drew attention to a particular group of people in a particular demographic, and the media and the government didn't want you all to know about that because they were the preferred demographic. And Tommy took risk with his life. He took risk with his family, with his wealth, and he stood up for this country when everyone else was scared to do so. But guess what? Not anymore. Look. Turn your cameras around and look.
There is many people behind Tommy. Many people.
This isn't a white people's movement. This isn't just a brown person's movement. It isn't a black. It's a every person. It's a patriot movement. It's the people who love Great Britain, who love your country, and they want to defend it against the tyrannical government and the barbarian horde who's being imported and doesn't love your country. It's the British movement. That's right, and when they pull them in, then not only do they want to pull them in, they want to take your lands, they want you to pay for it.
But they cannot.
Tommy stands up against that, he stands up for that, and as we can see, the narrative is changing. There's more of you who are becoming aware of that. Like I said, Tommy gets emails and texts every day from people who said, I used to hate you, Tommy Robinson, because I believed every word the media told me, right? But no longer, because we have independent journalists and we have social media.
Freedom of speech.
So, obviously, I can't stay here with you guys forever. I wish I could, but I have a country over there I have to save because we're going through the same exact thing that you all are going through, right? Trump will save you, but I want you to know.
You got Trump, we got Starmer.
I want you to know that I am an emissary from the great patriots of the United States who stand with every single one of you great patriots. Now, I always call Tommy Robinson the working class Donald Trump. You can look at everything Donald Trump's been through and everything they've put the man through, and you can see that they did each one of those things to Tommy Robinson. They put him in jail. They've charged him, and they've tried to put him in jail. They've sentenced him to 91 charges. They've weaponized their justice system. Right? All for Tommy, the same thing. Right? Same thing. Donald Trump just dodged a bullet. Right? Didn't really dodge it. He actually took a bullet for his country. Well, they would like to see the same thing happen here, in my opinion, right? Because we all know that Tommy's life has been in danger when he was incarcerated before. So we had a huge 100,000 person rally yesterday that got us all energized. We were like, look at the Patriots, 100,000 people. I'm not saying this. Sky News reported 100,000 people yesterday to show up for freedom, for your country. Now, I want to do something here, but like I said, the United States, we stand with you, and I want to send a message from you guys to the United States. When Donald Trump took that bullet, he fell down, and that was the longest 2 minutes of my life I've ever seen when he was laying on the ground, because nobody knew what happened. I was scared to death. I got a call, hey, something's happened to Trump. Turn on the television. Turn it on, he's laying there, and he's got the Secret Service all around him. And when he stood up, what did he do? That was a message, a resounding message, not only for my people, it was a message for the entire Western world who's going through what he and Tommy and the rest of you, because there's people who aren't Tommy Robinson and Donald Trump. They're doing the same thing, names we don't hear about. Amen. Think of all the multitude of people who don't get the accolades and the limelight or the media attention because they haven't been doing this forever, right? People, it's coming to you. You may not like Tommy Robinson today, but let me tell you, just because you're on the other side, the government doesn't mean the government's not coming for you one day. Right? So you may like tyranny today and it may taste good because they got Tommy Robinson, but guess what? They're coming for you. I promise you, if you don't stand up. So thank you so much, guys. I love you so much.
If they arrest one Tommy, there will be 10 Tommy behind him. So no worry, you will arrest one, you will find 100.
Guys, there's a scripture in Joshua. It says Joshua 1:9. It says, did I not command you to be strong and courageous? I ask you all must be strong and courageous. Like Tommy has shown us all. He's led the way. He's paved the way for us all to be strong and courageous. I, like Tommy, was born and raised in Luton. I come from the dregs of society. I was a victim of grooming, not sexual grooming, but chemical grooming. I was a crack and heroin addict from when I was 14 years old by Islamic crack and heroin dealers on the streets of Luton. By the grace of God, I was set free. I was set free by the 20 plus years. I was a crack and heroin addict. I'm clean and sober now nearly 6 years. I'll tell you what, I encountered Tommy a few times in my younger years in the town, in his younger years, when he was a little bit wayward, I was a little bit wayward. But you know what? I've watched that man grow. I've watched him mature. I've watched him become a statesman. I've watched him become a soldier for this great nation. And let me tell you now, he fought for us. He fought for every single one of you. We've all got Tommy in our heart. And I'll tell you one thing, I have got to go back now to Luton, and I am in the midst of an Islamic territory in the middle of my estate. My house is up for sale right now, and I've got the only people that have ever come to look at my house to buy it are Muslims. And I have now got to go back there. I'm terrified. I'm terrified. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care. He's in the fight. He's in there. We want him free, and we're all going to be free by the power of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Amen. In Jesus' name,
This movement is bigger than it was when they were arresting Tommy on trumped up charges 5 and 10 years ago. This movement now has millions of people in it. Paul Thorpe is one of the new faces of this movement. Big round of applause for Paul.
Come on, Paul.
I think that we all probably had better things to do today, right? Especially after such a magnificent day yesterday. I think it was one of our greatest achievements. And today we wake up. And we find that our leader is somewhere in a prison cell. Thank you. And I thought it was a mic for a moment. But the biggest thing on my mind today, apart from well done for everyone for getting here so quickly, it's going to cost me a fortune because my wife's now in Oxford Street shopping. The big thing on my mind today is look at what Tommy did for Nigel Farage and reform before the general election. Where is Lee Anderson, Nigel Farage and Richard Tice today? I see that Richard Tice has released a statement this morning about the police officers in Manchester last week, and rightly so, in support of the police, rightly so. But he should be doing the same right now. Nigel Farage should be on the TV right now demanding the release of Tommy. And I can only speak for myself and say that if Nigel Farage stays quiet on this matter, he can forget my support and anyone else that I know.
Free Tommy now! 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 Free Tommy now!
Guys, a lot of you know me as a child abuse survivor campaigner who's campaigned for historic child abuse in this country for 100 years, if not more. I can give you lots of detail. These guys standing in these uniforms are all complicit in historic child abuse. Remember what Tommy's done for our children. I'm going to make this short and sweet. Don't forget what Tommy's done for you. We now must do for Tommy.
Without stating the obvious, obviously, Tommy is not inside New Scotland Yard. The police just wanted me to tell you that, but he's not in New Scotland Yard. But he is incarcerated illegally, and that is wrong. I've heard him to say a few words now. We've got to make plans. I'm going to talk at the very end about how we make plans about what we do next, because we're not going to stay here forever. But the reality is we need to make good plans, and we need to make plans that are effective. And I'll be consulting with some of the top influencers on the planet in the next days to see how we can make plans to get Tommy out.
Guys, do share this far and wide, please. Stick it on Twitter, stick it on Telegram, share it in all your groups.
I say only one thing. Tommy is fighting for us from last 20 years.
He's fucking paying price for us from last 20 years. He's been beaten, thrown in the jail, away from his kids. Justice not served to him, but she's still fighting for us. Now is the time for us from Britain to fight for Tommy. I am Tommy, arrest me. We are Tommy. We are Tommy, arrest us. Today they...
We are Tommy. 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 We are Tommy.
We are Tommy. One Tommy today got arrested, and hundreds of thousands more are on the street. Thank you, Tommy. I salute you. What you done to this country. I salute Tommy. Freedom is not free. Freedom is not free. We have to pay the price. For how long Tommy will pay the price? When will you or me start paying the price for that freedom?
We will do that.
We will do that.
Yes.
It's not only Tommy's job. We all have to pay a price. We all have to fill these prisons.
Yes.
Arrest us. We are Tommy.
Yes.
We are Tommy. 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 We are Tommy.
Tommy gave us hope. Tommy gave us hope. Yesterday when I was in the rally, I saw hundreds of thousands of people. I see the light of hope.
Yes.
Light for freedom.
Amen.
I saw my future, my kids' future, my grandkids' future is going to be safe. But today, this establishment, this spineless establishment put the hope behind the bars. We cannot let it.
Can I have a word a minute? Can I have just a word a second after you're finished? Yeah?
I forget what it was. But we are not here to forget
I'll give
what
you 40
Tommy has
years of
done.
history in the East End.
Tommy has done a lot for us. He's given his youth, his family, everything for us.
Gave his life.
He's given his life. We don't know is he coming back from that prison or not. When I met Tommy last time, he told me that he's going to prison, and I don't know might I come back alive or not. But he was aware of this arrest. He's aware that he might get died in the prison, but he keep on fighting for you. He was doing that. He was doing that. He will die in the prison. He keep on fighting for you.
We won't let that happen.
We don't let it happen. No.
Tommy is not alone.
We want Tommy free. Free Tommy now. Now. Free Tommy 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 now. Freedom is not for faint-hearted. Tommy is the brave heart, and I can see many more brave hearts here, listening, coming. I want them to stand and fight for his freedom, fight for their grandkids, fight for the future, fight for the Great Britain once it was. We want our Great Britain back. It's not Great Britain anymore. It is not. It's not a democracy anymore. If we say the truth, we are put behind the bar. We want to survive, we are put behind the bar. If we are law-abiding citizens, we are put behind the bar. But criminals are on the loose. Criminals are ruling this country. Our spineless police is bowing down to those criminals. We've seen that recently in Leeds and Rochdale. No more. You will work for the law-abiding citizens, not for those criminals. No more need for those criminals. You have to serve. You have to serve the community who is law-abiding, who wants democracy. This is not democracy. This is dictatorship right now, which we are facing. We cannot take our voice out. If we say something, got arrested. Not anymore. Fight! 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 Fight!
Okay. So, I've witnessed for 40 years what's going on in the East End. I've been trying very hard to find my voice because the anger I feel, I've had to subjugate it and undermine it because of these people, because they are puppets. Why are they puppets? Because they do as they're told, not as they know is right. And I can tell you now, shame on you. I have seen things in the East End happen to the working classes. And I use the word working classes because it's exactly the working classes that they're scared of. And because there's a voice here, and his name is Tommy Robinson, and he's working classes, and he represents the working classes. He has a voice, and he sees the injustice, and he articulates it. These people and their elite establishment friends, they want him dead. And they don't care how they twist, how they turn, how they undermine, and how they lie. They lie, and they lie through their skin. Why? Okay, they be calm. Because they might think because I'm Scottish I'm being aggressive. Guys, watch my face, watching NVQs, looking at NVQs. You see them? I'm being aggressive. Yes, I'm being fucking aggressive. I'm not telling you. And the establishment because they're coming after you. And Tommy will walk free, and he will walk free, and he will be absolutely healthy when it happens, and he will come out. Do you know what? With his head held high. And you go to bed and you think about your children and how disgusting you've been today. Understand that you've been disgusting, underhand and manipulated. You're nothing but flunkies. Take the wages, pay your mortgages, because at the end of the day, you know full well you shouldn't sleep properly in your bed because you know what you're doing. You know. These are disgusting. Shame on you! No! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Not the Labour Party! Not the Tory Party! There isn't a party there that represents the working classes. Farage doesn't represent the working classes. No, and you know what? Won't share a platform with Tommy. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Why? Because he needs his recognition from those people out there. So he needs to keep himself in with them, doesn't he? Tommy doesn't. Tommy speaks it. And he dies for it, he takes it in the chin, and the poor guy is languishing in prison. He's languishing in prison because the dirty bastards can't help themselves.
We are Tommy! 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 We are Tommy!
Can I just say, I've got a story to tell, that goes 40 years in the East End. I came here with the grace and the help of the English people who provided work for me. I came as an economic refugee from Scotland, yeah, and who helped me, who gave me housing, who gave me work, who helped me, the English people. Yeah. So what I want to say is, and I have witnessed things in the East End I'm quite prepared to talk to anybody about, injustice to tier policing. Let me tell you what the things that have happened, yeah? I'm going to hand this over. When you're ready, anybody wants to know the story.
My beautiful friend and family. 45 years ago, this situation happened in Iran. Extremist Islamists came to our country. We were like you. We can wear whatever we want. They came, they took us, they took our king out. They destroyed our country. We came here, many Iranian in different countries. The reason why Tommy stands with you and we are standing with him, because in Iran, anyone who speak up, they put them in a jail. This is happening to United Kingdom. As the same, we will take back our King Reza Pahlavi to Iran. We will free Tommy in here. He is not alone. And one more thing, we have no fear from death. Don't think we have a fear from death. We will die not just for Tommy, not just for United Kingdom, not just for Iran, for those who are suffering in this world, for those who cannot speak. They have a fear from Islamists. The head of octopus in Iran, cut that off, Tommy will be free. Cut that off, every country will be free. America, Germany, United Kingdom, many, many, many. Enough is enough. The reason why I came up to tell guys, brother, sister, for 45 years ago, that's happened to us. Don't let this happen to you. And let us know each other. We all one. We all freedom fighters. Let's follow each other. To all the world know we all one. If we are standing with our flag next to you, come with your flag and stand next to us. We are one. Never give up, and we will win, brother, sister. We are one. 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 We are one.
I don't know how to follow that, really. Speak loud. I don't know how to follow that. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Speak up. Speak up.
I'll try. Right. To put some context into today, it's the Lord's Day. Yeah. We really should all be at church after this or before it, but that's another story, yeah? I went and visited the Ukrainian demonstration before we came down here, and my heart dipped a little bit, because when they finished with the national anthem, and they finished with "Glory to Ukraine, glory to Ukraine." And I said to the organiser after it finished, I was a little bit sad that you gave all the glory to man and none to God. I said the movement that we are in, of course, we love our country, we want the best for it and our people, but we know where our strength can come from. We know that Christ is King, and we put him ahead, and we follow. Now I know there are many that don't necessarily believe in that, but that's not the point, because we all know that this country goes back over 1700 years of the Christian tradition. We thrived on it, and now we're sinking because we turned our back on our church and on Christ. So I believe, truly believe, that God works through all of us. He's working through Tommy, he's working through his courage, he's working through his dedication, and he's working through this movement. So I say, God bless our nation, and Christ is King.
Christ is King! Christ is King! Christ is King!
We're going to say a few words and walk back to
Christ is King!
Get your camera ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, this demonstration organised literally with a couple of hours notice. We've been here since 3:45, and what a brilliant turnout it's been. But this is only the start of this battle. And this battle must go on and on and on until we win. What we're going to do now, we're going to march. We're going to have another march. We're going to march back to Downing Street. Then we're going to disperse. And we're going to make plans on how we can get Tommy out.
Yeah! Get Tommy out! 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 Get Tommy out!
This is just the beginning. Yes. This is just the beginning. The fight will go on. And as someone said earlier, we can't do it without finishing with those words of that hero, Donald Trump. We're gonna fight!
Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight!
Tommy Robinson is released. Let's go to Downing Street.
Yeah! Let's go! I need to move everything. Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now!
Guys, if you're new here, please do hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. If you want to help us out, you can chuck us a couple of quid in our Patreon. We had a few new people yesterday, it's fantastic. Back to Downing Street.
Coming for the terrorists!
Sorry? Yep, if you guys want to help me with the travel costs running down here today, it's not an infinite amount, just a few quid to run down here. But there should be a Patreon link somewhere. Hopefully someone's pinned it in the chat. And if you want to chuck us a few quid, I believe we're up to 28 people now. So still not made half of what we need to cover the podcast, but we appreciate it. Be that 29th person if you can, and please help us out so we can take the time, run down here, and just so that we don't go broke doing all this.
Tommy, get him out. Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson. Whoa!
Free Tommy.
Free Tommy now!
So, may I ask you, what do you think of all of this?
Well, it's a start of something. I think it will ultimately sort out that it may not be immediately, but it's ultimately it is a start, and we're making a difference here and there.
What do you think of them grabbing Tommy?
Well, it's the kind of thing that they like to do. Get rid of. In the past, they used to just get rid of the ringleader, and the whole thing would fall apart. That's not happening now. There's a lot more of us now who see what's going on and understand what's happening.
He's always there. He's always there. He's always there.
So, you think he'll be released?
Ultimately, yeah. It's inevitable, really, isn't it?
What do you think about this whole terrorism charge thing? The fact they got him under the Terrorism Act.
They'll use every trick in the book, won't they? You know, they want him out of the way, but it doesn't help him. All they've done is create something bigger. And like I say, ultimately it will succeed. Thank you. Cheers.
What do you think of all of this? Them grabbing Tommy?
Tommy, amazing person. Amazing. Only this.
Cheers, man. Oh, by the way, I should shout out the Blockheads who are performing on the 3rd of August. That's Ian Jury's old band, Spasticus Autisticus, Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick, Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll, are performing here in London at Shepherd's Bush Hall. So grab your tickets, guys. They've been absolutely lovely to us. Their production company has helped us cover a little bit of the cost of the podcast studio. And so shouting them out. Mick Gallagher, keyboardist, is awake. Already interviewed him on the New World Tyranny, and they're supporting Freedom Band. So someone's sticking a link for that. Here we are at Downing Street.
Tommy Robinson. Oh, Tommy Robinson. Shame on you! 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 If the police questioned their orders, we wouldn't be here. If they had a conscience and questioned their orders, never ever shall be rule Britannia. Britannia rules the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be slaves. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be slaves.
Let him go!
Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Free Tommy now! 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 Free Tommy now!
We support
Free Tommy now!
We support the police who are acting in Manchester.
We respect the police, we support the police, but we don't accept two-tier policing.
Where are you now? Stand up and be
Yes,
counted, yeah?
stand up for all of us.
They did to your colleague.
Yes.
They threw your colleague under the bus to justify it. They threw your
corrupt.
mate
Yeah.
who trained with
Tommy is not a terrorist. Tommy is not a terrorist. Why have you arrested him? He's not a terrorist. Why have you arrested him? He's not a terrorist. Don't touch the real terrorist. He's not a terrorist. Christ is king. Christ is king. Why have you arrested him? Christ is king. Christ is king. He's not a terrorist. Why have you arrested Tommy? He's not a terrorist. Don't touch the terrorist. He's not a terrorist. Why have you arrested him? He's not a terrorist. You failed to arrest the terrorist. Don't arrest the terrorist. He's not a terrorist. You have not arrested the terrorist. Arrest the terrorist.
That's right.
Patriot is not a terrorist. Why are you arresting him? Arrest the terrorists in this country. There are many terrorists in this country. You're not arresting them. Keir Starmer, you promised us change. Mr. Keir Starmer, you promised us change. You're a liar. Keir Starmer said is going to have equality. He said ethical governance. He told us justice. He knelt down on Black Lives Matter. Why are so many black children missing today? Why are you arresting innocent lives? Why is Tommy arrested? Where is the justice you promised? Mr. Keir Starmer, we want justice today. Let him go. Let him go.
Let him go! 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 Let him go!
Enough now! Enough now! Listen, you guys sitting here and you arrest Johnny because you're scared. You're scared because he's right. He's right.
He's never told a lie. He's never told a lie.
You stand for British people. He's right. Free him. Free him, Tommy. We stand here for Tommy every day, every moment. Fight for Tommy. Everyone. Yes. Tommy. I am Tommy. Arrest me. I am ready to go.
Yes.
I am Tommy. Arrest me. We are Tommy. We are Tommy.
We are Tommy. We are Tommy.
Tommy boy, listen, we were here, we were there in Luton. I've seen it from day dot, mate. I've watched it. I've seen everything that you've come through, boy, and I'm telling you, stay strong. You've got a heart of a lion. You did this. You bring everybody out. I'm telling you, mate, I rate you from day dot. Yesterday went down in history because of you, and it will continue to go down in history because of you. 100% rate you, mate. And to you officers, I want to ask you a question here. How do you really feel about your boy being thrown under the bus by them, the establishment, the same ones that are screwing all of us, are screwing all of you too? So why don't you take your badges off and come and stand on this side where you're supposed to be, with the people! For the people!
Oh, yes. Hey. Brilliant, brilliant.
Keir Starmer, let's say Tommy Robinson's name is Talak Mahmood. Release him.
Yes.
Just think he's not British, white British. He's a Muslim guy. Release him. His name is Talak Mahmood. If he was Talak Mahmood, he should not be behind the bars. Because he's a patriotic British man. He's trying to save the country from this radicalization. His head, he's behind the bar. It's the other way around. Free Tommy now, because what are you doing? You're digging your own grave.
Yes.
You started digging your own grave today, Keir Starmer. You've done something very, very nasty, something very, very wrong. I don't know why. Are you on the pails or what? But you've done something very, very wrong.
They're all on the table, they're on the pain.
What do you think of all of this then, them grabbing Tommy?
I think it's great. Tommy's not a racist. I've heard all this stuff. All he talks about is the Sharia law. He just want to bring it to this country. And I agree with him. I don't understand what they've got against racism. It's more about radical Islam. I think that's what it's about. Against this country. I don't understand what's wrong with it. We love you, Tommy.
We're with you, Tommy.
Are they just doing this to silence him?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. It's totally corrupt. I wasn't here at the march yesterday, but yeah, I'm just still really about it. I'm just here. I wasn't here at the march, but I've watched him over the years. Nothing. I don't. Yeah, I'm a fan of Tommy. It's amazing. We love you, Tommy.
And do you think we've got a justice system in this country?
I mean, how far do you want to go in this conversation? I mean, yeah. I mean, like, how far do you want to go?
As far as you want to go.
So I just think the Islamic, like people who are Muslim, I think they're just being the whole kind of how far I don't know how far I want to go with this.
Whatever you want to say.
I'm a fan of Tommy, and I believe in that. I don't want the Sharia law in this country. That's as far as I can go. Yeah. I want freedom of speech. It's a Christian country. I stand by that. So yeah.
That's okay.
That's good. Yeah. Like I don't know.
That's okay. You were live to 2,000 people.
About the justice law and stuff like that. I don't know too much about it. I do do know like people are being like protected, but I don't use that often. I do know.
I've reported on enough court cases to see just how close it is. These guys are supposed to see they're trying to frame me. I was saying that down there when they beat the crap out of me, I apparently assaulted them. Yeah.
But I just, I don't know, what else do I just know where I get people my attention. It's more about the Quran. A lot of people think people are being, racist against us. It's unfolding. Yeah. People think that's the case. It's not. It's the real world. If they actually read it and actually do what Islam says, it's extreme, it's crazy. So I don't understand why that is racist and why that's a problem to people.
Well, it's the slur that they use, isn't it?
But people need to pick up the Quran and read it for themselves. I think it says everything.
Well, Tommy created his own version of the Quran with Peter McLaughlin. You know, he used the pictorial and he annotated it.
Oh, did he?
Have you not read that?
No.
I recommend it. I've got a copy at home.
I'm still going out.
Yeah, Tommy Robinson annotated Quran.
I've heard a few things. I just think it's like...
Read his annotated Quran. Yeah, what would you like to say?
So, first of all, we're here to free Tommy Robinson, but we are also here to fight for freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is the number one thing. When we lose freedom of speech, this becomes a totalitarian system. We stand with everybody in the world who is suffering, who does not have freedom of speech. We stand with, there are many people here. There are people from African backgrounds, black backgrounds. There are Iranians who suffer under an oppressive regime under the Islamic Republic of Iran. There are Jews here who are surrounded by enemies and who every day live against existential threats. I am a trans person and I support Tommy because at the end of the day it's about freedom of speech, and when we lose freedom of speech we lose everything. So please support Tommy. What's the name of the web address? Truthontrial.com. Go to truthontrial.com. Please put your email address down, put your name down, and support Tommy Robinson. He is for freedom and he's fighting for us. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. And what do you think, sir?
Well, exactly.
What do you think about them grabbing Tommy Robinson?
Oh well, you say you start exposing things that are not supposed to be exposed, obviously you become a target. And now it depends on the spirit you put up. If you want to fight, you just want to stay quiet. And right now, what we're trying to let these people know is, if we try to silence one person, 1,000 and million of us will get up. I'm not here for Tony, I'm here for me, I'm here for my children, I'm here for my future. The truth will always prevail. One Tony equals a million other Tony out here today. So we are all Tony.
Are you Tommy?
I like Tommy.
Sorry? Are you Tommy as well?
Yeah, I love Tommy Robinson. I've been following him for years. I used to go down the Old Bailey when he was at court all the time. Yeah, I think it's disgusting what they've done to him. Because you know what? It's getting bigger now. After yesterday, they could see and like it's scared of them. And they're worried. They can see something happening, and it's only going to get bigger. And by what they've done today, it's going to make it bigger. And it's everyone's involved. So it carries on. Which time we would want it. Hopefully, comes out of in the next week, and it will carry on.
So are you guys going to both be down on Saturday, because they're arranging a big protest on Saturday now?
I don't even know. Whereabouts?
I've just literally heard about it on the way down. I've got no clue, no details, nothing. Right, but apparently they're arranging.
What you got to know is, go to protest anywhere, we'll turn up. We'll turn up anywhere. This is going to stop. This is seriously going to stop. stop. It's just going to stop. You're just going to realize, like, you are now against the majority. And we're going to let these people know there's no way, you're going to succeed in trying to put us all down and trying to seize our voices. That's impossible. No, we're not going to let that happen. Because this is really, really important for every single one of us. Absolutely. So call that protest anywhere, we'll show up.
If we don't do it now, we've got to do it now. We can't keep waiting. Before you know it, it's like, it'll be too late.
Absolutely.
It's no good sitting on
once they do it with one, they succeed with one person. Yeah. That's it.
It's no good sitting on the computer, this is out of hand, we've got to do something. It's like time to get on the take to the pavement and start, getting our voices heard. I ain't going to get done sitting in a pub like, this and that to see him, him there, he's got a flat now, all that sort of stuff. We've got to do something now. Can't wait about.
Well, hopefully I'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll be there. It'll be on one of the channels anyway, won't it?
Well, we hope they don't hold him for that long, though.
Hopefully, but terrorism.
That's something. Well, I hope you will get even up to that.
Oh, man, do you want to say something?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of police standing out the back of those vans with batons out. Do you want to film me?
Yes.
We'll film it because it'll be a bit quieter anyway.
Are you going to go and film them?
Just my phone getting cut. No, my phone's compromised now. It's fucked, but obviously.
So what's it? Are they live streaming?
Don't see any batons out. I don't see riot helmets. I just see these lot over here, but I don't see any. Batons. Hello. How's it going?
The one thing, we've been in the same spot for a long time, right? They're in formation. They're getting ready to move.
Should we do a?
Yeah, I can't see any batons out.
No, but we'll just do a. So yeah, we've had a very interesting day. Obviously, we've had the terrible news that Tommy Robinson's been charged with terrorism offences, which is I just find incredible. I can't believe it. I don't know the full story. I've heard it's dating back. By the way, I apologise for my voice. I've been shouting a bit, but apparently this is dating back to 2010 or something ridiculous. So
2010.
2010.
Where have you heard this from?
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I heard. So if it's true, it's 14 years ago. So that means that counter-terror haven't really been doing the job for the past 14 years. That's my opinion on that anyway. But the reality is, this is a very serious situation for Tommy and for the country. We're building a movement with Tommy at the head of it. Tommy is the figurehead, let's say. There's a lot of other very, very powerful influences involved in this. But this movement is to save our country. It's to bring unity. It's to bring everyone together. Everyone from different racial backgrounds, people from different creeds, against the extremism of the communists and Marxists that are now ruling our country, against the extremists of the Islamists, and who could disagree with that, and against the excesses and extremes of the globalists who have basically sold our country out and destroyed our country. We see our country, and it doesn't matter what colour your skin is. If your family's been settled here since the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, we see our country completely changing beyond recognition, and it's frightening. And what we want to do is work out a way of how we fix this peacefully, democratically, and with justice. And I think the settled people, whether that's people that came in the Windrush generation, or whether that's Asians that came from Uganda, whoever the settled people are, the settled people of this country, especially the white English have been here for 2,000 years, we need rights. We need to have rights. We need to have civil rights, real civil rights, because what we've seen is two-tier police, and we've seen it again with this arrest of Tommy. He did the best demonstration that we've ever done, the best event that we've ever done yesterday, and now he's been arrested. And for what? What's the evidence against him? What's the evidence that's going to date back to 2010? It's ridiculous, and it's chilling. because I believe it's a political arrest. I believe it's a political charge, and I believe the people in that road and the people in the Home Office are responsible. I believe Keir Starmer and Yvette Cooper have said, we don't want this guy under our government. He's too popular. He's saying all the right things that we don't want him to say. He's building a mass movement, and we're going to stop him. But we, democratically and peacefully, are going to stop them, because I honestly believe there's 30 million people in our country that believe exactly what I believe and what I'm sure you believe. And if we can tap into that and mobilise those people, we can get rid of these far left communist governments. We can get rid of these globalist governments like the Conservative Party, and we can have true democracy for the people, by the people, and that's what we're looking for, and that's what we're hoping to build. We also want to build our movement and community around Christian values, around being British and what it means to be British culturally. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Do we need to reassert our constitutional rights under our Magna Carta and our Bill of Rights?
Yes, we do. Of course we do. Common law. We need to look at all of that. And the reality about that is, we've seen common law trampled underfoot. Well, let's get it right. The police tried to trample it underfoot today. They tried to move us from in front of Downing Street, and we said no, we're not going, because we know that legally we have a right to be here. And they said, how long are you going to stay? I said, we'll stay till Tommy gets released. So the reality is, we're obviously not going to stay there forever, but the reality is these protests will go on, and they will intensify, and they'll get bigger. This is the first one. This was organised half an hour before it started, for goodness sake. And we've had a couple of hundred people here, yeah? So this will be the start of something big. We want to keep it peaceful. We want to keep it democratic, and we want to keep it in a way that anybody can come to. But the most important thing in this is a man who's a family man, who is not a terrorist, he is a freedom fighter, he's not a terrorist. We need to get him out of prison, and that's what this is about. And if you look over my shoulder, we'll see evidence of two-tier policing. The police are outnumbering, well, they're not outnumbering our crowd, but there's a sizable number of police officers here ready to take action. And we're going to monitor that, and if they get heavy-handed, it's all going to be filmed, it's all going to be on video, and everybody's going to see what they've done. So, yeah. Not what I wanted to be doing this Sunday night, I can tell you, but here we are again, standing for Tommy.
I think they might be retreating.
That's good, they always do. Maybe there's some people from Leeds here. If you don't get that, you don't live in the UK.
I guess it's a victory.
Yeah, victory. We won.
What's this about a protest on Saturday that I've heard?
I don't know. This is all I know. This is all I've done so far. So yeah, this is as far as we got so far. So yeah. Cool, brother.
Thank you, man. Yeah, people are asking how you know Tommy.
Oh, I've known Tommy for years. Known since 2017. Got to know him when we started doing street protests after the terrorist attacks in 2017. I've always thought I knew about Tommy for a long time, and followed him for a long time. Again, like a lot of people, wasn't sure about him, right? Yeah. You just hear all the bad press. But I knew what the problems were as well. What Tommy was saying, I was going, well, I believe all of that. You know, he wasn't saying anything racist. He was talking about the specific issue of Islam, and people are afraid to talk about that now. They won't mention the big elephant in the room. You know, so I think from the point of view of as I've got to know Tommy, right, and I know him really, you know, as a really close friend now. The more I've got to know Tommy, the more I like him. You know, there's not a lot of people like that. You know, I'm not like that. You get to know me after 2 minutes, you won't like me. But you know, Tommy's a nice guy, quite apart from anything else. He's a family man. You know, he's not perfect. None of us are. But he's got a really good heart, and he is the real deal. So hopefully, we'll get him out. And that's what we're trying to do.
Cool. I think Paul Thorpe is trying to go for an interview. Are you trying to jump in and interview this guy? Go ahead.
Do it.
Go on, I'll piggyback on the back bit.
There's a lot of things coming through on the chat here. I mean, someone's just said that David Tomo's gone further and Tommy's been charged.
That's right. Yeah, he's been charged with terrorism.
Do we know what the actual charges?
We don't, but the rumour is it's from 2010. So what they've done is they've trawled through whatever and tried to find something to arrest him. Now, here's a question. This is a really important question, right? If he's been charged with terrorism from 2010, and I'm not making an accusation, but it's a question for the Metropolitan Police Terrorist Management.
You right there? Oh, long time no see. Not seen you in bloody ages.
I've been around it very well. I just haven't. I presume you were here yesterday.
Yes. Yeah. We got in nice and early. It was a fantastic day yesterday.
Amazing. Yeah.
And then
it does strike me. I wonder.
Would it be okay to film?
Yeah, okay. But you can't. Not my name, and I wouldn't wear glasses.
Okay, go on.
I've lost my job before. You know.
Go on
literally.
then.
So I don't know, here or
wherever. It's fine. So yeah, what do you think about all of it?
About what specifically?
About them grabbing Tommy and everything.
Well, today is actually I mean, it's a travesty of justice, obviously, what's happened to Tommy. It's a repeat of what happened in 2018. We had the Free Tommy rallies, and then, you know, he was arrested outside of the courthouse because he was reporting on a trial. In fact, the trial had already, you know, the jury had already come to the verdict by then. It was just awaiting sentencing, so the whole thing was a farce. That was a contempt of court. But nonetheless, he was then given a 13-month custodial sentence. Nothing like that. You know, no one had been given any custodial sentence in the history of judicial history before. And so, obviously, that was an indication that they were persecuting Tommy particularly due to what you're saying and his expose of corruption, his expose of Muslim rape gangs and his following. And this is essentially a repeat of what's happened before. So we had the climax yesterday, a hugely successful, obviously, event. It wasn't a protest, as some people, it was a celebration, really, of freedom, of liberty, and of people being proud to be British and to wave the flag. And you know, attended by estimates range from 50 to 100,000, but whatever. I mean, Trafalgar Square, was absolutely packed. It was incredibly, almost electrifying atmosphere. And I just do question, and I wonder whether part of the reason for arresting him today was because that the height of that positivity yesterday was so high that the fall, if you like, of today and the dampening of spirits caused by arresting him would be that much greater. And I just wonder whether that, you know, came into decision making. My understanding, and certainly what whoever's, you know, in charge of Tommy's account on X has put out on there, is that he's being charged arrested under the Counter-Terrorism Act. It'll be very interesting to know on what grounds. The Daily Mail have rather misleadingly said, oh, well, the Met Police have denied that they've arrested him. Well, that's not to say that a different police force has arrested him. Now, obviously, counter-terrorism has been abused and overreached by the authorities to clamp down on political dissidents in the past. We saw that, for example, with Lawrence Southern, Section 7 of the Schedule 7 of the Counter-Terrorism Act was used against her to stop her from entering the country just because the previous time she'd been in the UK, so Lawrence Southern being the US journalist, the previous time she'd been in the UK, she distributed pamphlets saying Anna is gay, and for that reason she was decried as a terrorist. I mean, so you know,
and that's despite her being Britannic, her ancestors coming from this country.
Well, indeed. Well, I mean, yes, but the point is that those counter-terrorism laws have been abused, and there's much history of that. And of course, it has been used successfully against bona fide terrorists as well. But the point is that I think more generally you have to be very distrustful of government and the powers that they make, because I mean, you could have a friendly government one day, but you know, the next day you get a government that decides to, or police force that decides to, the police is supposedly independent of government.
Beat the crap out of you and try and throw you in prison for complete perjurious accusations?
What, me?
Well, no, that happened to me.
Oh, did it? Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, I would be lying if I would be lying if I say I haven't had faced trouble and certainly for things that, and I'm no one. I know no one of significance. So the persecution of, you know, people at the level of Tommy Robinson and others, I'm very glad to see actually, because Reform UK, the party, have come under a lot of criticism for not speaking out and being there at the rally yesterday. But Rupert Lowe, MP, has just tweeted out this afternoon asking whether the use of the Counter-Terrorism Act is a proportional use of power. So that's very good. It's a good positive sign, and hopefully Reform will start to speak. No doubt, you know, obviously GB News and so forth have been told by the people who fund them that they should not associate journalists with this kind of crowd. But hopefully that might turn. The reality is that Tommy's popularity is increasing. The breadth of his support is also increasing, and we see that with very high-profile people like Maya Tusi going right behind him. And Maya, I have great respect for because he came out of almost sort of high Tory, conservative, very mainstream background, and then he put all his weight behind and now goes out and does incredible independent journalism with
and it's a big risk. It's a big risk.
It is
because
the
higher up you are, the
Yes.
bigger you are. Was he at like 500,000 people or something like
Yes.
that? He's been soaring through the roof. And he's taken a big risk just when he's got everything established. He could sit nice and comfy.
Yes.
The same for Carl Benjamin, right?
Yes.
Carl Benjamin's in a position where he could sit very comfortably. He could
Yes.
continue doing what he does, make a huge amount of money just
Yes.
doing the same thing.
Yes.
But he's taken that risk, and they're both risking it upon principle, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing that on principle. They're doing it on the moral grounds. I absolutely know nothing for myself from being here, from speaking out, but I know it's the right thing to do. I just feel strongly, actually, very deep down, that it's the right thing to do, that there is some fundamental evil. I don't think I'm overusing that word, in the scale of the cover-up of protection of people in power, of corruption, ultimately of two-tiered policing, of injustice, and of some very, very heinous crimes that have been perpetuated throughout much of the country, on the scale of millions of assailants, victims rather than assailants,
by government.
Yeah, well, by government indeed, and so I mean we saw that for many years with white British people, with Sir Jimmy Savile, Sir Cyril Smith, Lord Mountbatten, if we really want to go there, high-profile pedophiles covered up by the state. Now, obviously, that people of the Islamic faith have infiltrated the establishment and got into positions of power. They're doing exactly the same thing. They're protecting their own. But of course, there is a cultural and religious element to this, in terms of what the Quran provides is acceptable in terms of treating the other, in other words, the non-Muslim,
Kafir.
and that, yes, exactly, and that is what emboldens and gives the certain men a get-out-of-jail card in their own conscience to perpetrate horrific crimes against the kafir, as you say, the white British and what non-Muslim, Asian, non-Muslim Hindu victims as well, Sikh victims. So that's really the crux of it, and there's the cover-up and the protection of people in power, and the protection of their reputations and careers, to save them from losing face is just beyond the pale, and so Tommy is doing sterling work, and it's for that reason again they're trying to silence him, and I hope, and I'm sure he does have very good lawyers, that they're going to fight this, and obviously under the counter-terrorism law he can be detained once arrested for 14 days without trial, so hopefully they will get him out of soon before then. But it's going to be tough, as Richard Inman and others who are here today, this last afternoon protesting, have said it's going to be very tough. It's going to be a very tough few weeks and months. But if things come off the right way, then Tommy will only grow stronger, because, as they say, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. And
looks like they got a bit of support over there.
As someone who, and I'm just going to say this to finish, I was very seriously ill 3 years ago. I had life-saving surgery. I had my entire colon removed in emergency surgery. I almost died, but I didn't, and it didn't kill me. It made me stronger.
Good, man. Well, it's good to see you.
See you.
And maybe I'll see you on Saturday. I'm hearing rumours, whispers they're organising something for Saturday. Obviously,
I don't know what's happening. It's a
I
big
don't
protest,
think
not
they
a
know
big-
what's happening.
no.
I think they've said something is happening on Saturday.
It's a moving landscape, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, probably a big protest place, basically.
Yep, looks like something's happening on Saturday, so we'll probably be down for that. I'm afraid I'm probably going to need to wrap up here, guys.
It's good to see you.
It's good seeing you too.
Take care.
And so wrapping up here, ladies and gents. So thank you. Please hit a thumbs up before you go, and make sure to share out all our coverage. Thank you to the people who've joined us on Patreon yesterday. If anyone wants to help cover our costs to come out so we can actually afford to come out, do this, improve our kit, make sure our signal's more consistent, there are different things that we can do, buy, etc. Then there's a Patreon link. I think we went up from 14 people to 28 people, so we doubled the amount of people giving £3 on Patreon. If you would be kind enough to give what is less than £1 a week, then that would mean a load to us, because it would enable us to do more than we currently do and be able to do this without knowing it's burning through our wallets. And be the 29th person. So I dare you, be that 29th person, because if 10% of the people in this chat right now went out and pledged £3, or a few people, if you got more, if you got good money, then pledge 9. But then we would be able to do 2-3 times the amount of stuff that we currently do now, and cover way more stuff and cover stuff in way more detail. I've got to shout out the Blockheads, because their production team has been helping us with the podcast and everything. And so the Blockheads, Ian Jury's band, Spasticus Autisticus, Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick, Sex Production Rock and Roll, they're performing at Bush Hall. I'm going to be down there on the 3rd of August, so buy some tickets. And it's only about a week away, so I'd say buy some tickets, go down, and there's still a few tickets left, so grab some tickets and go down. So shout out to the Blockhead, shout out to Mick Gallagher, who is very awake to what's going on in this country, and a lovely guy who I interviewed a few months back. So thank you for watching, share it out with your friends, and thank you very much, guys. Catch you soon.